went off at Monaco and was castigated by a lot of people for not being able to withstand the pressure. Although, to be more than fair to Nigel, we have to recall that the weather conditions last year at Monza in the rain were absolutely appalling, and he made that now famous remark of "I hit a bit of white and went off," which was a masterpiece of understatement. But now Nigel Mansell on lap 49 has been in the lead since lap 9. He's led this race for 40 laps. He's never done that before. So Mansell, highest place so far in Belgium this year. It's significant that it was this year in the Williams Honda. And look at the battle for third place between Lafitte, who's got it, and Senna there in the yellow helmet trying to catch him.
Yes, and we saw how quickly Lafitte was able to pull away from Senna earlier, and I suspect his tyres are not proving as durable as Ayrton Senna's. Meanwhile, Alain Prost's charge through the field is paying off. And there is Prost. He's absolutely flying, and he is catching sixth place man Elio De Angelis fast. He's some 12 seconds behind him at the moment, or he was a lap ago. He may be closer by now, the way he's going at it. So Prost is charging hard to get into the points. Remember, fifth place is all he needs. Fifth place will win him the World Championship, and Stefan Johansson is the current owner of fifth place, and Prost is some 14.5 seconds behind Johansson in fifth. He's only 9 seconds behind De Angelis now.
And there are Lafitte in third place, chased by Senna in fourth. Lafitte in the Ligier on Pirellis, Senna in the Renault-powered JPS Lotus on Nunez. And now Prost has again broken the lap record by 0.3 of a second, 1:11.5, confirming the fact that he's the fastest man on the circuit. Mansell leads, Sura second, Lafitte third, Senna fourth, and there they are. Johansson fifth, De Angelis sixth, Prost still out of the points in seventh place, and we are on lap 51 out of 75. Rosberg is 8th, Streff is 9th, Boutsen is 10th, Patrese is 11th, Watson is 12th, and everybody up to Prost in 8th place has been lapped as Senna goes for the place, and he's got it. Senna moves past Lafitte up into third position.
Well, I suppose Lafitte is trying to go the distance on the set of tyres he's got on, but I really would have expected him to have come in and changed some little while ago, as soon as Senna started to catch him again, and I think that Lafitte would appear to me anyway to be in tyre trouble.
Yes, that's not the mark of a driver who lacks stamina, because Jacques Lafitte at 41, thanks to his golfing activities and everything else, is in superb physical condition. He's a wiry, tough little man. He won't be flagging, and he's obviously got a handling problem from the way Senna caught and passed him to take that third position. Now Senna is some 8 seconds behind Marc Sura, who is second, who is now 16.4 seconds behind the race leader, Nigel Mansell, and still there is no sign of any untoward activity amongst the tyre squatting Williams mechanics, and Lafitte is in the pits. Jacques Lafitte is changing his Pirellis, was in fourth position. That means to say that Prost is now in the points. This is significant. We only had to have one thing happen to the 6 drivers in front of Alain Prost in 7th place for the Frenchman to move into the World Championship points, and there he is. He is now in 6th position, 8 seconds behind Elio De Angelis, who is 5th. Johansson is 4th, Senna is 3rd, Sura is 2nd, and Mansell still leads. Well, one more place and one more point would clinch the World Championship for Prost.
Yes, I think barring mechanical problems and accidents, Prost is going to catch and pass De Angelis pretty easily. So he now, the World Championship really is his for the taking, barring fate getting in the Keke Rosberg, who I predicted earlier could well get up into the points, is up into 8th place and still progressing well.
23 laps to go, including the one that Prost is just finishing, so it's soon coming down to 22. He's not very far off lapping his teammate, John Watson, who has just gone through to start another lap. And the race leaders are on lap 53 now. The race settling down a little, but I wonder if Jacques Lafitte is going to be able to get out onto the circuit. Well, he's on the circuit, but he's going to be able to do anything on his new tyres, and of course he will have been given a much softer compound than the one he had before, which will mean more grip. He's got a super race rhythm going, and he could be making up places.
Yes, it'll be quite interesting to watch, because he's actually rejoined just behind Keke Rosberg, which has moved Rosberg up into 7th place. But Lafitte, of course, will be out there with the advantage of new tyres. Remember, when there's more rubber on the tyre, they grip better. And he's only about 4 or 5 seconds behind Rosberg, so once he gets those tyres warm, I would anticipate him to start attacking.
Alain Prost coming through to complete another lap, to wit his 53rd. Coming through to complete another lap, chasing Elio De Angelis, who's got John Watson ahead of him. The two Marlboro McLaren cars are very close on the circuit, although separated by almost a lap. And as De Angelis rounds Druids and accelerates away from it in 5th position, there is Prost coming out of it in 6th place, with ahead of them still Nigel Mansell, who's leading by nearly 17 seconds now. There is De Angelis 5th, being caught by Prost 6th.
Yes, and Prost has got him in visual contact now. And I think 2 or 3 more laps, he'll be behind him and making his passing manoeuvre. De Angelis hasn't been in for tyres yet. I suspect that his rubber is getting a bit tired. And Prost, of course, still enjoying the effect of fairly fresh rubber on his car.
The composure and the tactical planning and implementing ability of Alain Prost is nothing short of amazing. He's got an almost computer-like brain when he's in the car. Nothing seems to rattle him. His tactics are always immaculate. He crosses the line now, and Elio De Angelis is closing up on John Watson. Now, John Watson may just be able to see Prost in his mirrors, in which case Watson could make it a bit tricky for De Angelis to get past him by occupying as much of the circuit as he legitimately can, which would allow Prost to close up on De Angelis in 5th place, and then John Watson could move over and let them both through, and he might even arrange things so that Prost got through before De Angelis. Watson here. There's De Angelis, there is Prost. Watson is in 12th place. And now De Angelis has got to get past Watson quickly, because Watson will then know that Prost is behind him and will certainly move over as quickly as he possibly can. And Prost, as I said, is catching De Angelis. Prost 6th, De Angelis 5th, and if Prost can get past De Angelis and stay there, he is world champion at the end of this race. Well, irrespective of Watson, Prost is catching and goes through, and Alain Prost not only goes past De Angelis but laps Watson, and the red and white Marlboro McLaren of Frenchman number 2, Alain Prost, is now on his way virtually to World Championship certainty.
Yes, because he looks like going 4th pretty soon too. He's only 5 seconds behind Stefan Johansson. And again, Johansson hasn't been in for tyres, so he's catching now. Here we see it again. And Prost goes up the inside line. De Angelis, I think, quite honestly, wasn't too worried about holding Prost back. He knew, he would have known that there was no way he was going to hold him off for long, so I think that Elio didn't bother to fight that, and why should he? Because he wasn't going to hold him off, there's no point. And Prost is now off and after Stefan Johansson.
Well, we have been concentrating on this interesting development in the World Championship with Alain Prost charging through the